Okay, so enough bullshitting around. Let's start off the video with something of a banger. Okay, so the first official video besides the intro video, we're going to be talking about Twitter, and not just Twitter, but also social media in general. And I want to get on this rant about Twitter because, like, holy fuck, this is not the first time I'm going to be bitching and moaning about a fucking social media platform. But I've noticed a pattern with social media in that it always, like, there's like a wane and flow with social media, that like there's always going to be a high period and there's always going to be a low period with social media. But with this case, right, I think Twitter is one of the very unique cases because, unfortunately, there is no competitor. There is no good competitor for Twitter. Like, unironically, there is nothing that can replace Twitter, and it fucking sucks. So what am I fucking talking about? So many years ago in the fucking Stone Ages, right, there was this one website called Tumblr. I used to use Tumblr a lot, and when this is before the Tumblr purge, and this is before, like, they banned porn off of or banned corn off of. I gotta censor shit because I know YouTube does not like fucking saying naughty words. You can't say the naughty fucking words here. But yeah. So, like, I can't like before they banned all that shit off of Tumblr, right? It was like there was like a notable decline in the user base stuff. Like, it wasn't the same as it was before, and I think people were starting to realize how fucking toxic Tumblr was. So, like. And at the time, I had considered just moving to Twitter, but I just didn't want to commit to it, and I was very scared about. I was like very scared about like moving my audience to Twitter, which was the wrong move. I should have moved a long time ago. I should have probably done that like ages ago, but me being the guy with no foresight, I decided, I'll take care of it later. And then, like, eventually the Tumblr purge happened, and I'm like, okay, well, it's now or never. I gotta fucking move. I gotta move. And I did, and I moved to Twitter, and it was, for the most part, it was pretty good. And then I realized, like, man, this place is kind of ass. Like, I would argue it was worse than Tumblr, because at least with Tumblr, right, there were some benefits to it. Like, you had your own little website, your own little portfolio and shit. But now that with Twitter, it's like more or less just like I didn't understand. I guess more or less it was just like I didn't understand the platform that well. Later on, I did understand, like, it's more catered for more shit posting. Like, oh yeah, you just like throw a sketch and it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna get like 1 million impressions and shit. Yeah, that was kind of the deal with Twitter, and that's kind of what Twitter's MO was always about. It was just more or less like shit posting and just posting your thoughts on the platform and whatnot. But now we're at the Elon Musk era of Twitter, and like let me go on a little rant about that before. So, like, people keep complaining that Twitter was better before Elon took over the fucking website. No, it wasn't. It was always fucking shit. Even when what was the fucking previous guy? Jack Dorsey. That guy didn't do fucking shit. Like, remember, there was like a bunch of features that they had on Twitter that they fucking removed. Like, for some reason, they just got rid of. Like, they got rid of fleets. I remember it was Twitter's answer to, I think, Reels in Instagram. And for the most part, it was like it was so fucking cool because it was like it was pretty much just a tweet, but like it would get deleted in like a couple of days, or it would get deleted in a couple of hours. And I love that. It was just like the perfect way to shitpost without committing to the shitpost, if you know what I mean. And I fucking hate the fact that they took that away and they never put it back. I'm so mad that Elon didn't bring that back. If Elon brought it back, holy shit, it would have been fucking fire, man, straight up. But the reason, I think one of the main reasons why they got rid of it was because it was only available on the Twitter app. Like, you couldn't do it on your computer. It was only available on the app, and you can only do fleets on the app, which was, again, fucking stupid. But whatever, right? It's in the past. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, it was always shit. So, like, even before Elon, it was always shit. but it was tolerable. Like, it was like mildly tolerable. Like, for the most part, it was like, okay, yeah, you look, like, I can look at it and be like, oh, right, like, I could at least theoretically grow on Twitter without having any hindrances. But after Elon, and I guess to a certain extent the AI boom, like, shit on the website has become completely unbearable at times. Like, for the most part, the For You page, it does work, kind of. And by kinda, I mean it does show me the people that I do follow, but it does also show me people that I haven't followed, which is great, because, like, then it shows me new people to, like, to check out and see what their work is about. But then the other half of the For You page is just, like, snuff films and, like, people just getting fucking hurt or getting maimed, or, like, usually those clickbaity title, like, videos where, like, a Karen just starts ranting about being a Karen, and like, it's like a video of the Karen getting owned and shit, and it's like, why the fuck am I watching this? Like, bro, give me the cat videos. Hey, that's another thing. It was cat videos. Cat videos were, like, another thing that popped up, but that one I didn't mind. I didn't mind cat videos. Like, it was cat videos, it was like animal videos. I didn't mind that. I actually kind of liked that. But, like, it was mostly just snuff films, and I fucking didn't like it. And I noticed that there was, like, a change in the algorithm that I didn't like. It was that the fact that the algorithm favored more, like, sensational kind of, you know, like, more sensational kind of things. So, like, people getting fucking hurt, snuff films. I have legit seen people kill themselves on the fucking platform, and I'm like, how the fuck is this on Twitter? You know, like, I've seen, like, if you've ever been on Twitter, you've seen the corn, right? Like, everybody's seen the corn, but, like, I like, at least you know that corn exists on the platform. But, like, a snuff film, I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking see that, man. I don't want to fucking see that. And you know, the other thing that really annoys me about this website is that it's sensationalized, but it's also being spammed. I think that's the main algorithm that Twitter has, is that it's mostly just spam and sensationalism, which is, like, something that, you know, can be easily abused. But also, it's like, hey, that's not really catering to, you know, like, you know, artists and whatnot. And I know some fucking wise guy on the fucking comments are gonna be like, well, why do you care? Why does anybody care? Why does anybody care? Well, it cares for me, but it also cares about every other artist out there who wants, or not just artists, but just any social media presence that you want, right? Like, if you want to grow a community, or God forbid, like, you know, a YouTube channel, or, like, some sort of presence on the platform, right? You need to go on Twitter. You need to grow a presence on Twitter. The problem with Twitter is that Twitter is a fucking shithole that at this point I'm beginning to think that maybe I should just abandon Twitter and just kind of stick with YouTube and just kind of go with that. Like, I remember a while back ago, what was his name? Some Ordinary Gamer, Mudahar, he made a video about him quitting YouTube, or quitting Twitter, because he realized that the ROI, or the return on investment in Twitter, wasn't really that great. In fact, if you think about it for like 5 seconds, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, Twitter doesn't really matter in the long run. Because, like, I look at my channel analytics on the main channel, my main YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe, you know, like, comment, and subscribe and shit. Subscribe, assholes. I know you can. I know I've seen the analytics, so you should fucking subscribe. But I've seen the analytics, and I don't get that much engagement from Twitter. If anything, I get a lot more engagement through Discord, Facebook, you know, like, other websites. And I'm just like, okay, and Twitter's at, like, the very, very bottom. Like, I rarely get any analytic data from Twitter. The stats don't lie, and that Twitter does not translate well to YouTube. And I think YouTube was way more important to me than Twitter, because Twitter, like, to be honest, I would not be sad if, like, Twitter just, like, went under one day. Like, and eventually it will, right? Like, I think eventually it will go under because of just how much fucking debt it has, that there's no way that Elon could possibly pay off the debt and keep this you know, Twitter, this website, you know, up and running. I just don't see this platform lasting. Maybe I'm going to make a bet. I'll give it like 1 to 2 more years before this entire thing gets shut down. you know, like, it's only a matter of time until this thing gets shut down. And that's the reason why, like, I wanted to focus more on YouTube, was because, like, YouTube, you know, despite its problems and its flaws, I can see a actual sizable growth. Like, I feel like I can grow on this platform. Whereas with Twitter, I can grow on the platform, no problem. That's not a problem. But I don't feel like the community there. I don't feel like there's, like, anything substantial other than, like, oh, superficiality. Like, oh, people just like to comment passively. They don't really think about it. Or the thing that always worries me is that there's bots. You know, like, there's just bots, like, following me. And they're not really, they're, like, more or less like zombie followers, you know? Like, they're just, like, there, but they don't interact with the post or anything like that. You know, that's kind of one of my biggest concerns about the platform. But speaking of platform, right, as I said before, right, this is not the first time I bitch and moan about a fucking social media platform. As I said, I used to use Tumblr a lot until the whole Tumblr purge with the corn situation. After the whole corn ban, right, Tumblr is a fucking ghost town. Like, I barely use Tumblr, and I don't know anybody who still uses Tumblr to this day. I think corn is still banned on Twitter or on Tumblr, so, like, I don't think I'll be using Tumblr anytime soon, and I don't think I'll be going back anytime soon, because, like, there's literally no reason for me to go back at all. But, you know, unlike Tumblr, right, where at least I had an option to switch to a different platform, Twitter, like, as I said before, Twitter, I'll give it, like, 1 to 2 more years before that thing goes under, and then what? Like, where do I go? What other platform do I go? Because, like, every other social media platform, it's just not as performing as well as, like, compared to Twitter. Now, like, some people might argue in the comments, like, oh, you should probably use, like, Instagram or Blue Sky or some shit. But that's the thing. I don't want to use Blue Sky. Blue Sky is fucking ass. You're not gonna grow on Blue Sky. It's fucking ass. Nobody uses it. Instagram is more or less just Tumblr, but, like, way more stricter and a lot, in my opinion, I'm just not a big fan of the algorithm on Instagram. I think that it's kind of, it's very toxic, and I just don't like the algorithm on Instagram. Also, the fact that I don't get an ROI on Instagram as well. Like, I don't have a return on investment with Instagram. Like, do I get more Patreon followers? Do I get more followers or whatnot? Not really. If you think about it, like, not really. I get more of a following, but how much of that following actually translates to an actual, like an actual true growth, if that makes any sense, like an actual, like, community and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really have the data for that. Yeah, so that's just mainly the main reason why I'm really concerned about Twitter. That's just my little rant about Twitter. I'm trying to think of any other problems with Twitter. Like, genuinely, I had considered just, like, stop posting on Twitter, because, like, I realized, like, the only reason why I have Twitter is because it's the only way I can get in contact with the voice actors and the voice actresses that I use for my animations. That's it. That's literally the only reason why. And maybe to, like, follow, like, a couple of cool artists out there. Like, there's a lot of cool animators out there that I follow. Their work is great, and I love, you know, supporting them and looking at their work. But I'm beginning to think, like, yeah, besides that, I mean, like, what else is there to Twitter, right? Like, I have Twitter Blue, which, by the way, you should not buy Twitter Blue. It's a fucking ripoff. The only reason why I have it is because I can't post videos more than, like, I think 45 seconds without having Twitter Blue. And also, I can write it off on my taxes, so that's another thing. But regardless, right? Like, don't get Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue is fucking a scam. Unless you're, like, a content creator, I guess it's okay. But even if you are a content creator, I wouldn't recommend getting Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue is fucking. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever. It's so dumb. What was I going for? Where was I going with this? Shit. I had a thought for this. I lost my train of thought. Let me see. What else about Twitter that I don't like? The bots, yeah, definitely. AI. I think I'll save the AI shit for a separate video, because I think that's a problem in itself that I think has way more layers than just, like, AI bad. You know, like, yeah, objectively AI is bad, especially for, like, a social media platform, right? it's just not good, especially with the amount of slop that is being consumed. I think that AI is getting way dangerously too good. Like, there are times when I'm scrolling on Twitter and I'm just like looking at a piece and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. And then I look at it and I'm like, wait a minute, is that AI? And then like I'm not even joking. Like, I have a habit of like hovering over the user's icon. And just double checking just to make sure that is that AI or is that not AI. And the thing is, like, if they don't specify it's AI, but like I see that there's nobody's following it or some shit, at that point I don't know if it's AI or not. And that's the thing that pisses me off about this platform, is that like there's no like indication of whether or not it is AI or not. And I think that like if they wanted to make Twitter at least somewhat tolerable, you gotta put like a label or some shit that says, oh, it's AI or whatever, you know? Because like I can't tell anymore. I genuinely cannot tell anymore. Like, AI is getting really fucking good. But that's a rant for another time, okay? That's another rant for another video. Yeah, Twitter's ass. I don't really have anything else to say about Twitter. I think I got most of my 10 cents out of it. Twitter is doo-doo. It doesn't have much time left. I'll give it about like 2 more fucking years before that either Elon sells it to another sucker or he shuts it down completely. Because like there's no way it's going to be able to come up with its with the money that it owes. Yeah, but anyway, like, yeah, Elon could easily get away with that shit, and I think it's really fucked up, because like he can easily destroy this website if he wanted to, but I doubt he will. Like, I doubt he will destroy this website. I think he's gonna most likely he's most likely gonna sink with the ship with this one, because like there's no fucking way he would get rid of Twitter that easily. I think he will somehow manage to transform it into something else. Will it be the same Twitter that we are used to? Probably not. But it's probably going to be transformed into something else. So, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds with Twitter. I am not confident about this platform. I'm really considering just like quitting Twitter and just kind of focusing on YouTube and Patreon and shit like that. Because I think that I can build a better community there than on Twitter. But, so long, okay, like, I think if Elon did the stupid thing and banned corn for some fucking reason, because, like, I know that fucking Elon is a gooner, right? There's no way he would ban corn, but if he did the fucking thing that Tumblr did, yeah, Twitter would be over, straight up. It would straight up be fucking over. Like, it would be Jover. Like, there was no way you can recover from that. Even if he said, like, oopsie doopsie, I made a mistake, I didn't mean to do it, right? I didn't fucking mean to do it. Like, I made a mistake. I think it would be too late. It would be so detrimental to the fucking website that at that point it's like, all right, you know, it's fucking Jover. Yeah, I think that's enough ranting about Twitter. I'm probably gonna rant. I'm gonna probably take a break and rant about something else in about a couple of minutes. Let's see what else. Yeah, Twitter sucks. Twitter's platform is fucking ass. I genuinely cannot understand why anybody would use it. I don't understand why any normal person would use it. Like, if you're a social media creator, right, or you make stuff, right, yeah, okay, I can kind of see why Twitter is useful, maybe. But for the most part, like, if you're a normal person, like, why the fuck do you use Twitter? Like, you know, use something else, like Newgrounds or Pixiv. Like, thank God for Newgrounds and Pixiv. I think Newgrounds... Unironically, I think Newgrounds might actually be the new place to congregate if Twitter were to ever fall apart. That's another thing. Yeah, Newgrounds might be the new place. I hope to God it does, but I hope it retains the spirit of Newgrounds. You know what I mean? Newgrounds was always cool, but I always wanted to make sure that it stays, you know, humble to its roots and stuff like that. I don't want it to become Tumblr-fied or Twitter-fied or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think my ranting is over. I hope you enjoyed this little rant here. I sound incoherent. It's probably going to be incoherent as fuck. I'm probably not going to edit this video that much, so, you know, bear with me. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're fucking sleeping right now, I hope you're having a wonderful dream. And I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a good night's sleep if you're sleeping right now and you're just listening to this like some bullshit ASMR or whatever. I hope you're having a wonderful night's sleep. I hope you have some sweet dreams. If you do, and if you somehow wake up, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to subscribe, assholes. I know you fucking don't, but like, you know, clicking that button will definitely help out in the long run. I want to get my silver play button, so be sure to click the subscribe button on both channels. You know, my channel and the main channel, so that I can get my silver play button. I want my button. I want my button, guys. Subscribe, assholes. Subscribe. Okay, bye. Love you. Mwah.